Why you're not happy, number 3, taking things for granted. Another thing the human brain is very good at doing is to notice the things that we perceive that we lack, the things that we're not doing as well as we'd like to, the things that went wrong during the day or the week. And it's very good at instantly forgetting the things that went well, the things that are good, just taking them for granted. And the more we can train our brain to recognize and remember and to celebrate those things, the more we realize that actually the vast majority of things in our life are going pretty well. Things are good. We might like to move them towards great, sure, but that's then a different conversation in our head. It's more about continued momentum. It's more about doing more of what we're doing already rather than going from a standing start. Every quarter on the elite program at Rise, I get the guys on there to write down all the things that went less well in the last quarter. And it's very interesting every time to see how quickly pen goes to paper. We can instantly recall all the things that we were less happy with. But we run out of steam pretty quickly. There's often only a handful of things. I then ask them to write down all the things that went well. And this often takes a little bit more getting going with. We struggle to think of anything. In our heads, we're telling ourselves that the last quarter or last year or last whatever was crap. It was shit. But once we get going, we can often think of way, way, way more things that went well that we just took for granted, that we just wrote off the second it happened because we'd planned to do that, we did it, what? Move on to the next thing. We got to work every day fine. We fed the kids, we paid the bills, we did lots of fun activities. I asked people to get their phones out and scroll through their Facebook feed as an instant reminder of lots of things that went well. But again, we take them for granted. We we write them off. It was what we planned to do. It went as we expected to, so it's not worth remembering. It's the things that didn't go or aren't going as we'd like or expect them to that the human brain is very good at focusing on. So the more we can train ourselves to give those things appreciation, to recognize that every single day there is probably way more good in our lives than there is less good, and we may need to look for it a little bit harder. But again, it becomes a very different conversation in our head. We can just choose to be happy for all the fantastic things that we've got in our lives already and to recognize there's a few things we'd like to further evolve, to keep working on. But again, it's a different conversation. It's not that we're sad because things are bad. We're happy because they're mostly good and we've got momentum to continue to build on those other things that we'd like to improve on.